Alright guys, welcome to today's video on our HTML CSS crash course. In this video, I'm going to be picking up from where we left off the last time. As you can see, I've populated our table with data. I hope you've done the same, right? But then, something I didn't do in the last video, this is still looking somehow, it's not looking like a table yet. So to make the borders show, right, so you can see the border of the table, just come over to table here and add a parameter called border and add 1 to it, right? And press Ctrl S. Once you reload this, the border is going to show right here, right? So that is basically it. So it's a table and it is ready to go. So today we'll be delving into the world of semantic HTML. That is just big grammar, right? This is very simple. It means just keeping your HTML structures, properly structured, right? So we want to be able to let the web crawlers or whatever reader or any human being read our codes very well. So we want to structure it properly. So there are about 4 tags I'm going to show you in this video that will help you structure your work very well. So the first one is going to be the header, right? Now we've done the head tag here. That's not what I'm talking about. That is the header. So inside this body, I'm going to add a header tag, right? So if you look at the description that VS Code gives you, the header element represents introductory content for its nearest ancestor sessioning, content or sessioning root element, right? So the header typically contains a group of introductory or navigational aids when the nearest ancestor sessioning content or sessioning root element is the body element, right? Okay, then it applies to the whole page. So we have the header, right? So in this header, we can actually add our navigation and all of that. But then let me just show you the other ones. We have header, we have footer. Now footer, of course, as you can guess, stays at the bottom of the page. Sometimes you go to websites and you see copyright stuff or where they write or that small menus and all that. That's what footer is for. So footer, the thing about HTML is it is built in such a way that even when you don't do these things, it's still going to show, right? But it will be a bad structuring for your work. So that is it. So we have the footer, then we have section. So if you come here, right, before you start entering anything, it's good to put your work in sections. So section, add a section tag and close it. So all these things I'm going to be adding. So this first one, right, I would even add it in a session. So I can copy all of this and put it inside the session. Of course, arrange it to look good, right? This way, like this. Okay. Cool. So we have the first section containing hello to my welcome to my website and what have you. We have our link. Then the session is over. And the next session is going to be for me to describe some of the skills that we offer, right? So I'm going to add a new session, right? You can add multiple sessions. Just if session 1 is over, we are starting session 2. So I'm going to add all of this into that one. So I'm going to copy this, come in here and put this. Now I think I've made a mistake because my p tag should be inside. Okay, so I'm going to bring my p tag in here. This is a mistake. So here, HTML is a very fair language. It doesn't shout too much when you make errors, but then please don't make errors in HTML. It can cause web crawlers to see your page as junk, right? So always do things the right way, right? And then it even assists you, helps you to be able to work with other developers when the time comes, because if you have all this junky stuff on your work, you're going to appear as a beginner or as a learner, stuff like that. Then it's not just best practice. So now we have this and we have this. So this is a session. Okay. We have our table in this session too. So if you save this, you probably not see much of a difference on this page, right? Just a little shake to show that there has been a change in structure, but it's basically the same. But this is basically to section our work and be sure of what we are doing. And the last one I'm going to show you is article, right? because when you're writing an article, it's almost something as paragraph, right? But it tells the website, the web browser rather, that this is particularly an article, right? It's not just a description like we have here, right? We're trying to write an article. So if this link was leading to where we could read this stuff fully, right? On that second page, we are going to use an article to display all of this. So let me say I want to now add an article down here. I'm going to copy this p tag and come beneath this table and paste it and change the p to a, not to a article rather, not a article, and then save it. First I'm going to remove this, save it and reload. Now you're basically going to see the same thing as you can see, but then the browser knows that this is not just any paragraph, this is an article. So it's good to use it. Now look at what VS Code explains it as. The article element represents a complete or self-contained composition in a document, page, application, or site. And that is in principle independently distributable or reusable. Alright, so that is basically how this works. You get it now? So this is one of the reasons why I like VS Code. It kind of explains things. It does more than just display your code, right? Or enable you to write code and all of that. So we have this, and so as you can see, I have these things here. So 4 semantic elements we learned today is first of all the header and the footer, and of course we didn't add anything in the header because we are not ready to start adding our navigation, right? I always like to add navigation in my header, so that's why we've not added anything yet. Then we have session, right? The first session, and then we have our article inside the second session, and then we have our footer. So in this footer, I'm just going to add a p tag and call it copyright. Okay, copyright, and then copyright. Just what copyright stuff are we going to write here now? My website. Okay, 2025. Cool. And that's basically it. So we're going to continue from the next video, and in the next video we're going to be exploring something very cool. We're going to be exploring forms, see how to create forms on HTML, right? For now, if you've not liked this video or subscribed to the channel, please do that. Like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us continue doing what we are doing, and also remember to hit this bell icon to be notified when I post my next video. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.